dreams and visions. They're not. The Lord's giving them false visions that they're running with. This is verse 28 of Jeremiah 22. Caniah's seed shall not rule. And see what the Lord's saying, what Jeremiah is saying here is that there's part of Judah that is not only not going to have the rule, they are going to get really, really shamed. You think the Lord's not going to shame these niggas when it comes time for blaspheming? They're done. They're stupid. They really are stupid. I'm trying to love them, and they don't give nothing. So if you like this, if you like what I'm saying and you believe what I'm saying, I'm here every day. The Lord put it on me to push this energy, this.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, coming at you with another lesson of the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is this individual who goes by the name of Word of Truth with Jadanaja. And supposedly, he's supposed to have the truth. Supposedly, right, he's the guy to look to, right, for the word of truth, right, to get the true understanding of the Holy Scriptures, to get the right breakdowns, to understand the dark sayings, right? We're supposed to look to him. Because apparently, as he's saying, Great Millstone, we're a group of proud individuals. We're ignorant, right? Meaning to not know, to not have knowledge. Just a bunch of niggas. A bunch of niggas who preach on the street corners, give false breakdowns and prophecies or whatnot. Basically is what this guy is saying. But how did you come across the name of Yahweh? How did you come across the name of Yahushai? How did you come across those names? Well, more than likely you had to come from, you learned that from off of a One West camp, okay? A branch of one of the branches off of the One West camps. And apparently you have been watching Great Millstone videos to know to mention us. You see? Now, I don't know what your problem is, dude, but that's neither here or there. Let's get a scripture. It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, 3 verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. You have a lot of scoffers. You have a lot of mockers, especially in these days. A lot of these same individuals, they watch the videos that the men of the Lord are putting out. And whatever they like, they take, they keep, and they teach. And whatever they don't like, well, they buck up against it, as you can see. Because we can't look forward to listening and getting the word of truth from you. Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Revelation, the 12th chapter. Right? The book of Genesis, chapter 1 through, let's just say chapter 5. The book of 2nd Ezra, the 11th chapter or the 12th chapter. I guarantee if we go on your page, you do not have these breakdowns. You do not have these breakdowns. And if you want to deal with the spirit of prophecy, well, let's go get that real fast. Because the spirit is dealing with you. Let's see. Spirit Uh, 19th chapter. Let's see. It's the book of Revelation. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 19 verse 10, it says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy." Right? A lot of you individuals, y'all don't deal with prophecy. Now y'all mimic of what the men of the Lord are teaching, as if you knew the prophecy, as if you knew the breakdowns of the Holy Scriptures the whole time. But y'all don't give credit where credit is due. But that's okay though. That's all right. Because you individuals that's faking the funk as if you're a man of the Lord, well, we shall see. We shall see. And this is nothing new. A lot of you proud individuals come at us, in groups or just individually all the time, talking mess. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we're going to still go out and continue to do what? Continue to preach, continue to teach, continue to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, Babylon, and Great. The downfall and destruction of the Edomite rulership. And if you're Edomite, you done. Right? You done. Your position in the kingdom of heaven is going to be what? Slavery, boy. That's where it's going to be. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9, it says, also at verse 8, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Right? Now we know for the end is manifest in his time, and the end will come through what? Through Esau. Through his rulership will the end come. And after what? His downfall and his destruction will be the rise of whom? Israel. Quam Yasha'Allah. Arise, Israel. And this is what you're starting to see. And people do not like it. They hate it. They're sick at the fact that the Spirit of the Lord, Ezekiel 37th chapter, is playing out as they see. The dry bones is being woken up. The dry bones is standing upon their feet as an exceedingly great army. People are losing it because they can't believe how we so-called, right? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the ones that was, in the worst predicament that you can think of. And due to the curses, due to our disobedience, the curses got put upon us, and what? The Edomites became the head and we became the tail. The other nations even became to be over us, and we have been a reproach to them. But what they're seeing is through the men of the Lord, servants, the prophets, profess our heritage. Right? That's what they're saying. We're professing our heritage. Right? Our people were turning back from the wickedness of the world and rebellion against our power and turning to the Lord, not standing upon him that smote us. You see? See, he is about to lose his power, and he's losing his power, and they don't know how to deal with it. They can't take it. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. It's the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. Yep, the book of Isaiah chapter 10 verse 20, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So we're no longer stand, upon Esau, the one who has smoten us. We're no longer trusting in his false support system, right? We're no longer looking to him for our going forward. No, not the remnant. Not the remnant. And see, this is what E wants us to stay upon. He wants to stay upon the mindset of E. His way of life, which is death. His philosophies. His religion. This is the same thing with Vocab Malone's problem. They want us to stay upon what? That BS mindset. Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. Okay? And this is what you're seeing. Just flowing through the spirit. I also want to get this. Let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. It says, let's start at verse 28. Baruch chapter 2, verse 28. As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write thy law before the children of Israel, saying, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Right? And in America, Babylon the Great, we are in our captivity. We are not in our homeland. We are not in Jerusalem. So no, this is not our rest. So it says, but in the land of their captivities, like I said, which America, Babylon the Great is our captivity. This place is what? Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You go back to Egypt, it means what? Goes into oppression. Okay? Bondage. This is where we're at. And we are remembering ourselves, and they hate it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. And this is what we're doing. See, we're no longer calling on Jesus Christ. Yeah, you got some 2/3 that's still doing it, but in a sense, they want the whole nation to be in that docile mindset, right? Living up the way of the plantation Christianity. Okay? And since we're no longer thinking the way they want us to think, they can't take it. They don't know how to take it. So verse 32 again, it says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before me. And this is what you see all taking place. Of Jacob as us leaving from what? Our wicked deeds. Right? And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because see, this is about the Israelites. It's all about the seed. And they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall be not diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, this seed line that I mentioned, to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land land that I have given them. You see this? So y'all could look forward to this. We're looking forward to this. All right, the kingdom of heaven, where righteousness is going to dwell on earth, where we are no longer going to have to be subjected to your bullshit, subjected to your oppression, subjected to your madness, subjected to sin, subjected to captivity. No, the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written in our inward parts. Right? The earth is going to be controlled in righteousness. We're going to be able to serve our Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai in perfection, keeping the laws in perfection. But you, on the other hand, if you're in Edomite, we're going to be teaching teaching the nations, okay, of what to do and what not to do. Because what? The laws is not going to be written in their inward parts. You see? So as we're doing all these things, as we're making mention of these different things, as we're calling these things to mind, just speaking of in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, these people can't take it. Why? Because like I said before, they want us to continue in this weak, docile, plantation Christianity, Christian mindset. Okay, they don't want us to profess the name of our true power. They don't want us to profess that we are the true biblical Israelites, that we're the descendants of Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that we are the chosen, and that we are the holy people, and telling them they ain't, or they're not the people whom they proclaim to be. So go ahead, you scoffers and mockers, you continue on. You're not going to stop prophecy. You're not going to stop prophecy. Okay? So that's just a quick hit of the spirits, and next time I want to say shalom.